Welcome back to the Axion Forge Player's Guide. The last video introduced you to the basics of how to read your cards. Now let's take a closer look at the variety of tools you have at your disposal. In Axion Forge, cards fall into two main categories, those played to your battlefield and those that aren't. Sources are played next to the battlefield and are not part of combat. They're used to generate sparks to pay for battlefield cards. Sources typically add resources like sparks to your resource pool, which is an imaginary bank that lasts until the end of your turn. Resources don't carry over between turns, and any sparks you don't use are lost. To play a card, pay its spark cost and use an action to deploy it. You have 3 actions to use during your turn. Many source cards have no spark cost, but powerful sources often do. Later, you'll see cards that create sparks and other resources represented by counters placed directly on cards. More on that in a moment. Now let's cover battlefield cards, which are played onto your 8-space grid. These include creatures, which are your primary attackers and defenders, relics, which provide you with ongoing passive effects, structures that serve as durable stationary defenses, traps, which are typically placed face down and trigger automatically to catch opponents by surprise, augments, which act like equipment to enhance your other cards, artifices, which are a variety of effects that can be ongoing or resolve instantly, with some even interrupting your opponent. There are 3 distinct artifice subtypes, each with its own timing and behavior. Summons are played on your turn to provide a persistent effect, surges resolve immediately and are then discarded, and disrupts, which are played at various times, typically to interrupt your opponent or in response to a specific trigger. Then there are forges. These provide numerous different effects and often generate advanced resources. Cores and prisms are rare currencies that are stored as persistent counters, meaning they remain on a card between turns and can be spent at any time. While useful, being stored on battlefield cards can be risky. If a forge is destroyed, any stored resources explode, dealing damage to everything on its position as well as adjacent ones. The more you've stored, the bigger the blast. 1 damage per spark, 2 per core, and 3 per prism. Some cards have unique variants as well, that have limits to how many can be in play at a time. The final card type is the Catalyst. These special cards offer unique bonuses and abilities. Catalysts have a fixed amount of energy counters, which are needed to pay for their most powerful effects. When these counters run out, those abilities can no longer be used. Your Catalyst is technically part of your deck, but it's put into play at the very start of the game. With a handle on the different types of cards, the next step is understanding how they come to life on the battlefield. And in Axion Forge, that all comes down to one very important mechanic: